Welcome students. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to discuss management process. Now, coming to that, what are the different steps in the process of management? We said the management is the process. So, what are the different steps which are to be undertaken in the process of management? First, one being a planning. Second, organizing. Third, staffing. Fourth, directing. And last but not the least, controlling. Now, what is planning? Let's take an example. At your end, after finishing your board exam, you plan a party. Mind well, you plan. That is deciding in advance what is to be done in future. Okay? What is to be done in future? We will schedule our party after our board exams get over. So you are planning, right? Wherein that is going to be the right time when I'll be free from my exams and now I'll be tension free. So this is a right time to party. Then you plan, I'll going to have this party at XYZ banquet hall. So what is the cost factor? You are estimating that. Then you decide how many people I have to invite and how much each one of them is going to contribute. So basically, what you are doing, you are deciding in advance what is to be done in future. Planning is nothing else but taking a peep into the future and deciding your actions today. You decide what is going to be my plan of action depending upon the predictions that you made about future. Always remember students, planning is based on predictions. It can never be actual as future is uncertain. There is not 100% guarantee of whatever plan you have made. Maybe you plan for party you thought you are going to have in open air, but that day it starts raining. So your plan went for a 6. It is not going to be successful, right? The success of a plan is depend upon many factors. Future is something which you cannot predict or forecast with accuracy. So whatever plan you are going to make, that is on the basis of prediction, the assumptions that you made about future. I hope you are clear with the topic. Second comes organizing. In planning, I have identified the broad objectives of my organization towards which I am going to continuously work. My objectives have been clearly defined in the process of planning. Then comes into picture organizing, wherein I am going to arrange all the material required to give a practical or a actual shape to my plans. Let's say I have to make pizza. Now, whatever ingredients required to make that particular dish, I am going to arrange for that. And I am going to decide who is going to do what. I am going to define the responsibility and authority relationship in the process of organizing. I am going to define that A is going to report B and B is going to report C and C will finally come and report to manager. This is what I do in the process of organizing. Talking about the organizing, a very good example comes in my mind, that is a watch. It has close to about 156 components. It is only when these components work tandem to each other your watch gives you a right tick. You take all those 156 components, put it in a handkerchief and tie it up. Will it give you a right tick? Definitely no. It will not work. It is only when all these components are put together at the right place, each of the component has a role to play. Now these components had fitted at the right place and it played its role nice and proper. Only then your watch is going to function properly. Then after third process comes staffing. After you have identified what all is to be done, who is going to do what, you have identified different roles, that I need to have a sales manager, I need to have a production manager, I need to have a marketing manager, I need to have a human resource manager, a finance manager, and the list goes on. You have identified different roles now. In staffing, you are going to be looking at hiring a right person who is going to be fit for performing that role, so that he is able to perform his duties to the best of his abilities. That is what we do in staffing. After this comes fourth function, that is directing. Now in directing, you know, it includes basically leading and motivating the employees. As a manager, I am going to lead and motivate employees to work towards the fulfillment of the organizational goals or objective. As a manager, I'll have to create an environment which is conducive for them to work to the best of their abilities and to work towards the fulfillment of organizational goal. I'll have to create a congenial environment. I'll have to decide the formal lines of communication, the informal lines of communication. Being a leader, I'll have to basically persuade them or to convince them. I'll have to keep directing their efforts towards one direction. I have to direct the efforts of all employees in one direction, that is, the accomplishment of fulfillment of goals, organizational goals. Last but not the least step that we talk about is controlling. Now we take a halt over here. What is controlling? Controlling is looking back. I had set certain standards of performance while planning. And then in rest of the three steps, that is organizing, staffing and directing under control, I am going to see, have I adhered those standards? Am I really working towards the accomplishment of fulfillment of organizational goals? Or how far I have been successful in accomplishment of organizational goals? If I have been successful, that is good. If not, where am I deviating? Why I am deviating? And what steps should I take so that I do not deviate? This is what comes under controlling. So I repeat again, management is basically a process of getting the work done by others. When we say process, we talk about these five steps, that is, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Hope students, I think I had made myself clear to you. Thank you.